Guided Oracle. And I wanted to do this live this morning because today is the day that the Lionsgate portal opens. What does that even mean? This is an energetic portal that is open now, July 28th through August 8th. And the veil between dimensions is thinner, and it is a very positive energy you want to cultivate in your life. So your thoughts, your beliefs, your words really have added power right now. So you want to be very conscious of what you're thinking all the time. If gloom and doom is your format, that's going to be amplified coming back to you. So you want to get very conscious. You know, I say often in my readings on Facebook, I am open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me. That gives the angels, guides, companions, the universe permission to make you aware of what you're creating that you may not want to be creating more of. So, I wanted to do this specific reading today because this is going to be really powerful time and you want to harvest all of the energy on your side that you can. So the first card that came up from the native spirit Denise Lynn cards was answering the call. This is the time when you can really step into the path, the possibilities, something you've wanted to create, but maybe have been a little bit afraid to venture into. Again, what does that really look like? If you want to create it, there's a reason you want to bring it into your life. What does that mean for you? How can you harvest more of what you want and less of what you don't want? Well, another really handy tool, the next card from that deck, the Sacred Mountain, is all about getting quiet, doing some meditative work, because that's really where spirit can begin to help align us inside more. And if you're like me, you have this monkey mind. Getting quiet is not something that is easily done. Meditation has not been a real successful thing for me, but when I started doing breath work is when the meditation became more powerful. I don't sit around afterwards and meditate after I do the breath work. The focus on the breath work is what allows my mind to be quiet because I'm focusing only on what's being happened, what's going on inside the breath. And so doing different breathing techniques keeps me focused on that, which makes my quiet time more powerful. The sacred mountain, if you can get to a mountain and get out in nature, like I'm going to on Wednesday. I'm going to head with my husband up to my favorite spot in the mountains. And we go early to make sure we've got it, which always makes my husband very uncomfortable because the kids don't know for sure if we're going to actually get our spot. I have got it open. I have created it. And every time there's one of two, not too far apart, and it's on this beautiful little, very icy mountain river, which for me is perfect because I love to get in and swim in the icy water, sit by it, meditate, breathe, just enjoy nature. If you don't have that opportunity, create it in your imagination. Go to the mountain in your mind, a mountain that you would think. Go online, find a picture in the mountains that resonates with you. It's like, oh, if I could go there, I'd really like to go there. Be intentional in the creation of what you want. The next card that came up was remember kindness. People are being fueled by all media outlets to be in fear, and so they're in reaction and they're acting out. You choosing by getting quiet, by tending to yourself, choosing to not react to them, but to exercise kindness. Sometimes that means just not speaking when they've unloaded on you. Shed love on them in your mind. You could shed it in your words, but a lot of times when people are in reaction, that's not going to be something they can receive anyway. But just, I love you regardless. I love you in spite of. I love you because I understand you are not in a place of peace inside yourself. That's kindness. Random acts of kindness. Paying for someone's coffee, paying it forward to the one behind you. If you have the wherewithal, paying for the groceries for the young mother in front of you that is clearly struggling, what random act of kindness can you do? I mean, it really does. What goes around comes around, but it's because it makes you feel better inside. You're the only one who can do your internal work. Random acts of kindness is one way you can fuel a higher vibration. Harvest the honey. Some of you on my YouTube channel have heard my Facebook story about, some of you tuned into the Zoom I did, about my ayahuasca journey. The second one I did was incredible. And at the very end, I was given this understanding. This beautiful angel in her buttery yellow softness very much illustrates the kind of energy and warmth and love that I was shown was there for me, not because of anything I've done, but because of the fact that I am part of the universe, God, creator. We are one, and that love is available to me. I mean, I felt like a baby being cradled. That is the honey in life. It is available to you too. Again, not because you're anything more special than anyone else, it's because you'll accept it. What does that even look like? I am open, I'm willing, I'm ready, God, universe, the great central sun, the big I am, whatever you call your higher power. I am open, willing, and ready. Guide me into the understanding of how to be more receptive of the wonderful things that are available to me. What I got from that journey too was that I deserve good things. I never in my life felt I deserved anything that I didn't um, work really hard to make happen. And I've been a very hard worker. This showed me that it isn't necessary to do the hard work in order to deserve good things. It is purely because of who we are and the fact that we will allow it in. How do we do that? I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready. Guide me. Get quiet. Start just bringing in gratitude for what you already have. That's a great way to elevate your vibration. Gratitude. The next card was from Wild Women Rising. I love this deck. It is Rewild Your Spirit. Stop being so conformist in your life, especially when it's an uncomfortable thing, this box you put yourself in, because nobody has put you in there but you. You might not like that idea. Uh, can't help it. You are creating, excuse me, you are creating the life you're living. If you don't like what's in front of you, ask, open, willing, and ready to be shown the thoughts, the words, the beliefs that are creating what you don't want so you can start uncreating it and start creating more of what you want. Literally, when you say something like, what else can go wrong? Cancel, cancel. I am grateful that so many things in life are going right at this time. What is going right? I can walk, I can talk, I can see, I can hear. If you're lucky enough to have running water in your home, an air conditioner in the heat, those things that we just don't think about, start focusing on what is going right because that's a powerful way to move forward, to start moving out of the boxes you put your self in and rewild your spirit. If I could be anything in this world, what would that be? Years ago, I remember asking my granddaughter, who's now 9, what do you want to be when you grow up? She goes, well, I want to be a veterinarian or a rock star. And I was just like, yep, we can be anything. And at that age, they still haven't been socialized out of the daydreaming. I invite you to get back into the daydreaming, the creating more of what you want. Anything that's been created in the world started in the thoughts, in the mind, in the imagination. Get intentional with that. Write it down what you want. There's a piece of property near me on the river, near where we live, and I've wanted to live on water my whole life. I've never lived on water. I thought this property was like government property, and then a sign went up. Private property, no trespassing, and a gate went up. That just fueled me. Every time I walk by it, I send love out to that property. I send my energy into that property. There's a walking stick. There's actually two that I'll use on the rest of the walk. And then when I get back there, it's like I send love into that and I lay it down there again. I am imprinting that property with my energy because here's the truth. It's a very expensive piece of property, I'm sure. Uh, does my financial situation right now look like I could afford something like that? No. But here's what I know, and here's what I was given in the imagination. They're going to build the house there that I want there. It's going to be the color, the layout. The whole thing is going to be perfect for me, including an office at the end of the garage where I will do my work. That will be my I live forever till the end of this lifetime property. I will be able to work with people until I am extremely old because my office is right there. It has a way to get down to the river. My son-in-law is going to build me the safe steps and the hand railing so I can get down to that water every day because water fuels me. It's my happy place. This property looks over the canyon. Can you see how I've created it in my mind? I have written it down. I invite you to do that. Get lost. Get lost in the creation of what you want. Again, the Lionsgate portal is very supportive energy in the creation aspect. We are also moving into the next couple days. On August 1st is the full moon. This is when you release. Write down the things that you want to let go of. I want to let go of this belief that I'm a piece of shit. I want to let go of this belief that I can't do anything right. I want to let go of this belief that I am never going to be enough, that I need to be perfect in order to be okay, that I need to be different, that I'm always going to be poor. Ugh. All of these things, write them on a piece of paper. Burn it on the full moon somewhere. If you don't have a place outside, burn it in your kitchen sink. Know that the act of doing that is your intention. I am open, willing, and ready, universe, to be guided into creating more of what I want and less of what I don't. Embrace the internal mother. What does that mean? Mothers minister to their children. Mothers accept their children and offer their children encouragement in times of discouragement and times when they skin their knee and when they're naughty. The mother, if you've not had the opportunity to be one, if you have, you've probably gone, yep, and I sucked. I wasn't perfect at it. Um, I wasn't either, but I did a much better job than my mother did. That's all we can do. My daughters are doing a much better job than I did. And initially, because I had this internal, I have to be perfect. And if I'm not perfect, it's an indictment of me. And initially, as I saw them do it differently and consciously choose to do something differently than I did, I took offense because that meant I wasn't perfect. Did I know up here I've never been perfect? Yes. But the belief system was that I had to be perfect. And if I wasn't perfect, I was a piece of shit. So the internal mother means to give yourself the grace a mother gives a child. Allow your imperfection to be okay. Work to be better in everything that's going to create more ease in your life, more joy in your life, more comfort in your life, more awareness in your life, but accept that sometimes we fuck up. Sometimes we are not going to do things the way we want to do things. Sometimes we need to go back to people and apologize. And sometimes we need to let them go from our life. We need to walk away from situations and people. Sometimes that's our mother. There are other aspects of mothering you can bring in your imagination. Go out to a little park and watch mothers minister to their children, and then turn around and treat yourself with that same kind of gentle kindness. That is not something we are socialized into. This morning, when I started doing my breath work, I woke up in some heavy energy. And so, as I started doing the breath work, all of a sudden I went, Victoria, I'm so proud of you. And it felt so good to hear that from me. I know it just seems weird, but it really felt good because we get in the habit of beating ourselves up rather than mothering and loving and giving ourselves that internal love that we all desire. And years ago, I was at breakfast with a young friend, my stepmom, stepmom's nephew, who was the whipping boy of his family. He just was mistreated and didn't do well in school. And I noticed he was writing differently. It was like his hand was all curled up. And I said to him, "Wow, William, I noticed how you write with your hand curled around the top. You know what? There was a study done, and people who write like that are very intelligent, not necessarily great at school, because he suffered at school, I said, but very intelligent. Because what I knew is this little boy has the ability to visit with people, to talk to people, and to bullshit. You know, I mean, he has this ability that isn't a book learned ability. And I wanted him to gravitate to that. But what I saw in him was him swell up with some pride, because that is not how he was treated in the family. Do that for yourself. I'm so proud of you, Victoria. That did that for me this morning. And I can't say I do that all the time. Wasn't looking in a mirror. I just offered myself because I was doing some breath work to minister to myself, to kind of elevate my mood a bit. And this is something I choose to do on a daily basis. Do I do it every day? No. And so I was proud of myself that I was doing it today. Today is the only day we have. Don't look about, any change you want to make. Today's the only day that it needs to happen. What's going to happen tomorrow is going to happen tomorrow. It may be a really powerful day. It may be less than powerful day. But if you reward yourself by just being kind, mothering yourself, loving yourself for what you're doing right today, more right will happen in the future. And when you start giving up those mean thoughts, the mean girl, the mean guy info, uh, you start really propelling yourself forward. And this Lion's Gate energy is such a propelling in a positive way. The full moon is the time to release and to give up. So release what you don't want, really play within your mind's eye, write it out, draw it out, draw just the colors on a page that the things that you want to create in your life bring. What colors are in that creation that I would like? If you can't get a clear picture, color it on a page. Make it the colors you want it. And then the last card that came up is sing your own song. And that's really what I was just talking about. Treat yourself well. Love yourself regardless of your imperfections, because that's why we are human. We came in to learn, and in the humanness, imperfection lies. And it is okay that we are not perfect all the time. But start dwelling more on what you do right. Maybe it's a 5-minute walk that you didn't do yesterday. Maybe it's sitting down to journal for 3 minutes because you've been wanting to, but you haven't. Treat yourself kindly about the things that you're doing well, and allow the things that you have beat yourself up about to fall away and go, that was then, this is now. Each day I do better. It is only the next moment that we want to focus on. How can I improve in the next moment what I'm going to do, or the next hour, or the next few hours? Stay out of reaction. Be kind to one another. Look for reasons to be kind and ways to be kind. It feels so good because it raises your vibration. Practice gratitude. It raises your vibration. When your vibration is higher, you're attracting to yourself more high vibration. So consider all of this. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Please, if you have listened to this, if it's helped you in any way, please like and subscribe to my channel. That's going to help me reach more people. My desire is to positively impact as many people in the world as I can, and you can be instrumental in helping that happen. Thanks again. Until we meet again.